It's that time again. You know what time it is. Say it!
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Toyworld PRIMORION. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have some very nice artwork of a Prime. On this side of the box you have nothing. On this side of the box you have Toyworld. On the top, just more art. On the bottom, more art. On the back, more art and Sad Pac-Man! And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card with that same image there of Prime. And on the back you have his stats, if that interests you. Hooray for cards! And you also get a sticker, because, hey, stickers. Hooray for stickers. Then moving right along, here we have PRIMORION, which is Toyworld's take on Optimus Prime. And he's not a bad figure. Not too shabby in my opinion. So let's get this out of the way right off the bat here. Included with the figure, you do get 2 more of these chain base panels right here, which interlock and you can orient them however you want. And you get a baggie full of the little connector pieces to hold it all together. So that is included with the figure, which is always a nice touch. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about PRIMORION himself. And as you can see, he is a red and blue truck. Are you shocked? I know I am. I am so shocked. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You got some nice silver chrome here for the front grille. A lot of silver paint up front there for the bumper. Yellow transparent plastic there for the headlights. You get a very light blue transparent plastic here for these lights. You get dark blue transparent plastic for the windshield, although you can change that, but we'll get to that in a bit. See, the windshield wipers are also picked out in paints. Got some more silver, some more of that transparent blue there for the windows. Get some gunmetal gray in there. Some more chrome. Get silver for the rims. Chromed smokestacks. And a lot of nice detail back here. Got the taillights done in a yellow transparent plastic. There's the underside. The tires are rubber as well, which is nice. He does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. It rolls very smoothly. So, there you have that. And for comparison, here he is with MP10. You can see how he scales there, and definitely a bit larger than MP10, as you can see. And here he is with the G1 Optimus Prime, because it's precious. Primetime precious. Roll out. Now, as far as accessories go, they're all, pretty much all of them are meant for robot mode, so we'll just save all that for robot mode. But yeah, that's pretty much the truck mode. What you see is what you get. It's a truck, it rolls, it goes vroom vroom. Okay, it doesn't go vroom vroom. You can make it go vroom vroom by just saying vroom vroom. But anyway, that's it for the truck, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Alright. So, what are we going to do? First thing we're going to do is start back here. So you want to take the smokestacks and just bring them up like that. They might undo these panels for you, which is nice, honestly. But you just want to undo these panels right here, these blue panels, which are in there quite tight. And this is why I haven't clipped my nails yet, because you need them for this toy. So you untab those panels, you split this back section here. So you got some room, and then you want to undo this section here. It just tabs in right there. So just undo that, get that freed up, get this side freed up as well. And once you do that, you want to take these panels here and just swing them around. Clearance is not great there, but you can get them swung around. Bring this down. You can see this will compress up like that, and then it will tab in right there. And you can do the same thing on the other side. Just bring that around. Bring it down, just collapse all that in, and tab it in, tab it in, there we go. Tab that in like so. You can take these silver bits, which this one just tabbed itself back in. What's wrong with you? You can take these and just get them out of the way. Sometimes these like to fight you a little bit. There we go. Just kind of get that pushed out to the side here, just to get that out of your way, because you can use that clearance. There we go. So we're done with that for now. So now we can bring the smokestacks down and just slide them in like that. You want to take these panels here with the windows, and you just raise this up, fold that in, bring that back down, raise that up, fold that in, bring it back down, and we can proceed. So you want to take these panels here. This one already undid itself, but undo these panels here like so, and that will let you pop out this whole front section right here. Just bring it down. What you're going to do here is you're going to flip in this little panel and then flip in the headlights. Flip in that little panel, flip in the headlights, and just leave that there for now. You can just take the wheels and just bring them down, straighten them out. Again, just bring them down and just leave them hanging out there for now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the arms. So you just take the arms and you just pull it out, whoop, like so. Just pegs in right there. There's also a peg that goes in right there. So just get that arm out. Pray you didn't break anything in the process, because that happened a little too violently, but everything seems like it's still fine. Okay. That's the first time that's happened that violently. But there we go. So get the arm out. And what you're going to do here is you're going to flip in this panel, flip in that panel, and then flip all this into the forearm like that. Then you're going to just extend the arm. It's on a very tight ratchet. It's also on a slider as well. So when you go into truck mode, you want to slide that up. And then this panel here will just slide up like that. And you pretty much got an arm all done. There is something we can do with the shoulders, but I'll get to that in a bit. But we pretty much got the arm done. So second boss, same as the first. And now he has two arms. Hooray for arms. So let's continue. So you want to take this panel here and just flip that in. That will allow you to get in here and fold this section out. Then you want to take this assembly here and just fold that in. Make sure you clear this section, which is a little hard to do. Once you do that, you just take this and it will just push in like that. Same thing on the other side. Just push that in, flip that out, flip that in like so, and then that will just slide into the body like that. Once you do that, you want to take these sections here and just bring them up on these double hinges. And what's going to happen here is there's a little tab right there. It's going to go into this slot right in here. Once you kind of get to this point, you can straighten the body out, and that will help you get all of this situated, because you do need to kind of bring this back so you can get all this in place. So just get all that where it needs to go, and that should tab right in. Then you just bring this up, and that should hopefully tab right in right there. Alrighty, so once we've done that, we take the front grille, you just want to bring it down. This top section will just flip in, and then you just bring the front grille up. It's on a double hinge. You just push it up into the body, and make sure you clear these sections here like that, and there you go. So now we got the body all straightened out. We can now rotate the waist like that, and we can take these wheels, just bring them up a little bit so we can take this front bumper and bring that up, and the wheels will just sit in those little grooves right there. And now he's got his butt wheels. Hooray for butt wheels. So we got that going on. Let me raise up a little bit more because I need more room to operate. Alrighty. So now we're going to take this whole assembly here and just pull this back. Flip out his head. Now you just want to straighten out his little horns there. And then we can close this back up. Take these sections here, just bring them out to the sides like so. This panel just gets flipped down like that. And that makes his little backpack. So now we can just take these side view mirrors, we can push these in, and now we can work on the legs. So how the legs work is you want to take this upper section right here and you want to pull it up like that and then swing this around so it's now underneath the assembly. That will allow you to then take the leg and extend it up on this double hinge. These wheels will probably come undone on their own when you're moving this around, but they just peg in right in there. And you want to then take the wheels and swing them around, and that will just peg in right there, like that. And once you do that, you take this whole assembly and you just bring it around like so. And this will just drop right in, right there, and lock in place. This section right here, actually it helps to not have this in place when you're doing this. This top section right here, as you can see, is on a double hinge. And you want to take it and just fold it in so it sits like that. And have it folded in all the way. There we go, like that. So it sits flat. And then you can drop that in. And that just sits flush like that. Then you just rotate at the thigh. And then you just bring the leg up like so. Open up the feet. And there you have the leg all done. Second verse, just like the first. And now he has two legs. Hooray for legs! And last thing you want to do is just take his arms and just collapse them into the body. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you have Primorion in his robot mode. And he's a pretty good looking G1 Prime. Not too shabby in my opinion. I do quite dig it. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at that noggin. It's a pretty good head sculpt. I would have liked it if they had painted the head crest, but I'm going to do that myself with a silver Sharpie. Just pick that out. You can see he does have light piping, which works fine, since there are actual lights coming down right over him, but in any other condition, his eyes look kind of not there. His eyes look kind of blacked out like that. That's usually, any other time I'm looking at him, this is what I see, you know, because there's not a whole lot of light getting in there. Under these bright conditions, yeah, light piping works pretty well, but under normal conditions, it doesn't work all that well. So maybe it would have been better if they had just painted his eyes, and I think after I'm done with this review, I think I'm going to take his head apart and just paint those eyes with a nice bright blue. But yeah, still you got some silver paint there for the mouth plates. Got that orange plastic there for those lights. Got some nice silver there. You get transparent yellow plastic here on the forearms as well as the crotchal region. And going down the body. Pretty much done. You have the vents here, which do open and close. They don't stay open, but you can open them, which is pretty cool. And his big old feet. And going up the back, got some nice details going on. He does have the butt wheels. I believe this is more of a Studio Ox design, which did have the butt wheels. So it's accurate to the Studio Ox design anyway. Some nice detail here in the backpack as well. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good looking Prime, in my opinion. Now, articulation-wise, the head can do a full 360, can look up a little bit, can look down. Arms can do a full 360 on a nice ratchet joint. Of course, the arms can pull out, and you have a double hinge in there as well, if you need that to help you with any posing. That's squeaky. It's very squeaky. That's loud. I just want to do that one more time to make you mad. So anyway, push that back in. Yeah, bicep rotation. You do have a double jointed ratcheted elbow, which gives you a nice range of movement. There. You do have wrist rotation as well as a hinge that allows the hand to move back. Let's come down a little bit here. The hands are articulated as well. You do have a ball joint at the base of the thumb, and each finger is on a joint here, here, and here. So you get nice posable fingers there. You do have waist rotation. You have a slight bit of a nav crunch due to transformation. These hip panels will get out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. As far as the legs, you have a joint right here, which actually I thought this was totally ridiculous, and I do still kind of think it's ridiculous, but it actually does help you with certain poses to have that extra joint there. So it's a place that moves, but if you want, you can move the whole joint proper, although it is kind of a pain in the butt with that extra hinge there, but the leg will move up that far back. We'll come back that far outward. You can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You do have a double jointed knee. So you have full range of movement there, which is quite nice. And the feet, they can move up. They can move down a little bit. You have the toe that can move down and the heel that can move down as well. And this panel can move out of the way. And you have some ankle tiltage there. So now let's run through the accessories. First thing you get is his axe, which is done in a nice transparent plastic with some nice detail. And that just slides over his hand. You just want to make sure the thumb is down. And this will just slide right over, like so. And now we can slash, 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 hack, 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 hack. So you got that going on if you want. And you do also get his gun, which is pretty nicely done. You get some red in there, you get some silver as well. Would have been nice if it had been done in black instead of blue, but oh well, it is what it is. It does have an LED feature, and the way you turn it on is actually pretty clever because you actually use the trigger to turn it on. So you pull the trigger and boo, and you get a nice bright blue LED that goes off in there. That's really neat. I love that the actual trigger turns on the gun. That's really cool. That's genius. It's simple, but it's genius. Sometimes there is genius in simplicity. Actually making the trigger activate the light. Huh. Who'd have thunk? Anyway, you got the tab here in the palm and the slot there on either side of the gun, and this can just tab into his hand like so. And you just wrap his fingers around it. Do we even have this tabbed in? Nope. There it is. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt, though, to actually get this in his hand. He does hold it, but it takes a little bit of fiddling. It takes some fiddling. A little bit of fiddling. Has some fiddle factor there. And he pulled the trigger on his own, so there you go. Pew pew! You can pew pew bang bang, pew pew, bang bang, bright bright, bright bright, light bright. So there you go. So you can give him his gun. Let me get your finger off the trigger, Prime. I don't want to waste the battery, Prime. I don't want to waste the battery. Hey, no. Prime. Prime. You're going to make me waste the battery, Prime. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Prime. Prime. Okay, you know what? You don't get to have your gun. You don't get to have it right now. You'll get it back when you learn not to be wasteful. You're a leader, man. You should know better. You should know better. Anyway. So let's talk about some gimmickry here. We have to come back up to his head, and on either side of his head you have this little slider right here, which even with my nails I can't get. I usually need a tool here. Just kind of push that forward, and you get his little communicator that pops out, and you can. There's one on each side here, so if he wants a conference call, you know, you can do that. So hey, pretty neat. And those just slide back in. And if we come down to his chest here, we can open up his chest, and there is a matrix inside, and we can pull that out. This is in here very securely. There we go. And you can see there's some nice detail in there that is picked out in paint. And here's the matrix. The matrix is die cast, so it does have a little bit of heft to it. Done in that silver chrome and some gold paints. And you have the jewel there in the center, which is quite nice. Now, one thing that is in the box is this, and I think this is a slightly different core for the Matrix. That's what it looks like anyway. I'm not sure, but I don't know how to swap these out if that is the case, because this does not open, and I don't know if this doesn't budge in any way, so I don't know if this is the case of it is a swappable core for that. I don't know. I don't know, but it's in the box. So it's a thing. It's a thing that's in the box. I'm not too sure about that, but there you go. And we'll just pop the Matrix back into his chest here. There you go. Let me close that up. So you got that going on. Now you do have options as far as his windshields go. As you see, we have the dark blue windshields in there now, but you have the option of the very, 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 I don't know if you can tell, but they're a very, very light blue. They do have a bluish tint to them. So you get these optional windshields if you want to use them. And how you swap these out is you just open up this panel here. You can see there's even some molded detail in there. Pick down in paints. And you just take these and you just pop them out. Pop it out. Pop it out. And then you just take the new one and they just slide right on over those pegs. Like so. Sometimes they could be a little tight. And of course it wants to fight me now. Now it wants to fight me. Of course it does. You know why? Because the camera's on. When the camera's on, everything wants to fight. Everything wants to fight. There we go. And you can pop these in and close that up. So you have that look going on, and obviously you can see that detail behind there a lot better. Totally up to you which one you want to use. The only downside of using these windshields is that in truck mode it won't match up because the other windows are this dark blue. So that's kind of the trade-off there. But as always, your toy, display it however you wish. Let me flip these back in. You do also have this panel here on his shoulder, which can open up, and this panel here will actually spin around. You can see there's even some molded detail in there as well. Close this up, and you actually have a nice spot there for an Autobot sticker. And there's some molded detail behind that as well. And with this as well, you also have the option of the dark blue transparent plastic or the very, very light blue transparent plastic. And we'll show it off on the other arm here. Just spin that around. As you can see again, you got that molded detail that is picked out in paint. And if you want, you can take the very, very light blue, and that just tabs right in. And you can have that look going on if you want to. So again, totally up to you what you want to do as far as the windshields and these bits on your shoulder go. So you get a little bit of customization there. So you can have the two dark blue, the two light blue, or the two dark blue, or the two light blue. Totally up to you. So there you have all the gimmickry and whatnot. And now for comparison. Here he is with MP10. You can see he's actually quite larger than MP10. And you can see the colors are darker as well. You got darker red, darker blues going on there. So you have those two side by side. Here he is with Masterpiece Megs. And again, just kind of towers over Megs, which, that's not right. That's not right. Here he is with Toyworld's Springer. So you can see how they look together. And here he is with G1 Prime because it's precious. It's just precious. So precious. So there you have Primorion. He's not a bad Prime. Definitely not a bad Prime. His truck mode is dead solid. The robot mode is also very solid. So quality-wise, I have no complaints. Like the plastic feels good. Everything just feels nice and solid and sturdy. Transformation could be a bit smoother. He's not a total pain in the butt to transform, but the transformation could definitely have been a bit smoother. I personally would have preferred painted eyes over the light-piped eyes because the light-piped eyes don't really work all that well. Would have preferred if the gun was black instead of blue, but that's a minor thing. But all in all, though, he's a pretty good Prime. Now, the question is this a necessary purchase? Well, I mean, as always, that depends on you. If you're just the ultimate Optimus Prime fan, then hey, no such thing as too many Primes. If you're perfectly fine with MP10, or if you're waiting for the version 3 of Masterpiece Prime to come out, then this is probably an easy pass. As always, it just depends on your taste, your preferences, and what you think works best in your collection. So, there you go. So if you would like this or any of Toy World's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Toy World Primordion, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Ironhide! I needed to do some recon at the Decepticon base. So get in there, get the information we need, and do not engage any Decepticons in battle. But Prime! Don't butt prime me! Every time I give you an order, it's always butt prime, butt prime, butt prime. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to think my first name is Butt. Just follow my orders, please. You really want to say butt prime, don't you? It's physically hurting me to not say it. But Prime, I'm sorry.